My name is Jim, and I'm inviting you to follow me on a 370-mile solo kayaking adventure down the Mississippi River. This series will show you how I selected and rigged my kayak for long-distance expeditions. I'll show you simple and almost guaranteed methods for catching all the fish you can handle, and I'll share what I learned about camping along the banks of the mightiest river in North America. Welcome back to my 370-mile Mississippi River expedition. If you didn't see the first episode, go ahead and watch that, and it will give you some context as to what's going on now. For days, there's been wind blowing out of the south, and when it's blowing against the current, what happens is waves stack up. When the waves stack up, they start filling my little half kayak, half canoe up with water, so I've got to go in shorter stints, and I have to drain the kayak on occasion. The other thing is it really limits the amount of progress I'm able to make. My only other limitation is my lack of paddling skills, and those are actually improving every day. Like the surface of Mars out here. When I look around this landscape, I'm surprised by a couple of things. One is the fact that the bottom of the Mississippi River is sandy like this. This sand actually comes from the Rocky Mountains, from what I understand. The Mississippi River drainage basin is massive, and the sand just sort of rolls downstream for centuries. When the river is really in the low stages like it is right now, and I mean it's kind of catastrophically low, you get a chance to look at the patterns that the river leaves in the sand from the scouring of the currents as they pass by these wing dikes. All these little depressions are places for catfish to hide and hang out in ambush. Having knowledge of the way this works makes you a better fisherman when the river's actually at its normal stages. I find that these little lagoons are a good spot to take a bath because the sun actually warms the water up and it's not washed out of there by the cold water from the river. This little slider turtle actually knows that. That's why he's in this lagoon. And he's spending a lot of time keeping an eye on me. He doesn't trust me one little bit, but it's cool to see him. It's going to be very nice out tonight. Looks like the wind is finally starting to lay down, but I'm not going to do another leg. It's too close to sundown. So, to be fast tomorrow, just dug myself out a little hollow here in the sand. Put the rain fly for the teacup tent. Just a ground tarp. I'm gonna throw my sleeping mat on over that and my blanket. And that's it. No tent, no nothing. But this way I'll be able to pack up quickly and make some more distance tomorrow. Oh, that's much better now. It's been sitting. Shrimp bouillon. My body is sore, y'all. Head to toe. Oh, the sun has been kicking my ass. No tent tonight. Just this nice pad. Oh, snug pack. Oversized freaking base camp pad. So you can camp like a base camper with a boat like this because you're not having to carry everything on your back. I got a little depression carved out of the sand right here so that it kind of holds me and I don't roll out and go down the hill. The snug pack freaking pad is amazing. It's got a little pillow built into it, which could be a little bit better. And then a down blanket. That's all I need. There might be some dew in the morning. Not a fan of dew or doo-doo or doobie-doobie-doo, but it'll be all right. Once the wind starts blowing again, I'll have my blanket out and it'll dry out pretty quick before I pack it up. The wind is supposed to be heavy again tomorrow. All this wind in my face, it makes it difficult. The waves got to the point on the big wide stretches of river where the wind has gotten miles to make the waves bigger. Waves are breaking over the gunnel and over the bow of the boat, and this little kayak is starting to fill up with water. And at that point, when you're dealing with that, you know, you don't want to get over heavy because then you become unstable and you can capsize no problem. So I decided, yeah, let's go find us a spot. And I pulled in here, which is perfect. I've had a bath, nice light camp. I've had dinner. It should take me about 20 minutes to pack everything up. In fact, I might pack some more stuff up tonight so that tomorrow I can just wake up, put the last few things in the boat and push off as the sun is coming up. That'll give me a lot more time to get downriver before it gets dark. I put into this camp today earlier, way earlier than I wanted to, but the wind was too much. Tomorrow the wind's supposed to be, again, heavy. Hopefully not as heavy as it was today, but we'll see. Wednesday is gonna be, again, windy. But then Thursday, November takes over again. The wind's gonna start coming out of the north. We'll get a little rain here and there, not a big deal, but it's gonna cool down and the wind's gonna be on my back. That'll be time to make some progress right there. It's time to start hauling down this river. The more wind, the better when it's behind me. I mean, to a certain point. So now I got the Jackery charging my GoPro batteries, shortly charging this phone up here. I'm getting more and more competent with the gear that I have. It's been an interesting few days on the water so far. My muscles are getting a little more used to what I'm doing, but everything's sore. I'm happy. I'm finally starting to de-stress. Life is getting just a little bit better. I'm gonna filter down another liter or two of water before I go to bed here, and then I'm gonna pass out. It's time. I've had enough. That sun goes down, I would like to be sleeping. Good night, you guys. It's 5-something in the morning. I'm filtering water for the day. Right at daybreak. Look at that. Get that Mississippi water. Thought about taking a time lapse of the sunrise, but as the sun comes up, so does the wind. That atmosphere gets heated up and things start blowing, and I want to go now. Should be able to go right out this cut. Not the most graceful entry, like it never is for me. My own little lagoon here. Right all through to the other side. Oh, you know. Oh, should have taken that a little farther to the right. This is much better conditions than yesterday. I'll tell you that right now. Much better. River's all mine.
Well, I see that tugboat coming around the bend. Nobody has tried to sink me since I don't know when. I'm out here by the channel, and I'll probably die. When I hear those big old diesels, I hang my head and...
So I don't know if you can see it. Of course you can see it, I'll be zooming in. But that's a somewhat heavy loaded tugboat, not too bad. Not too many barges. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. 24, 28. Well, it's got 28 to 30 barges on it. Loaded. Not the heaviest, I guess, maybe because the river's kind of shallow. But going upstream, that thing packs one hell of a wake behind it. So you gotta watch and make sure, you know, you can stay somewhat out of the channel. I'm paddling a little bit closer to shore now, and I'm gonna give him plenty of room. So stay out of the way. Make sure you're watching for the wake so it doesn't catch you by surprise. Because when you get surprised, that's when you capsize. What an idiot. Hey, he's not very heavily loaded at all. I think he's bringing a stack of empties back upstream. So shouldn't be too bad of a wake. He's having a hell of a time making that turn though. I don't know if it's because of the wind or what. Turns out they were just looking for a parking spot. I like to try to stay closer to the channel when I'm paddling distances. I'm just discovering this because near the banks and the jetties and things like that, there are a whole lot more boils and swirls and things, and they like to grab the front of your kayak and push it in whatever direction they want it to go. Doesn't matter how well your kayak tracks, it's going to take the nose of that thing and run with it. I kind of try to stay out a little bit farther. I mean, there's still whirlpools and stuff out far, but not nearly as bad. Morning's just coming up. It's about 60 degrees. I got more wind than I want, of course. I'm about to cross this channel. The river goes like this, and I try to cut off the points so that my overall travel distance is less. But it does mean you got to cross the channel on a regular basis. That's a pretty sweet spot to have right there. And that right there is a perfect cat hole in a perfect situation. You sit down just as comfortable as any toilet. Ha ha ha. It's a lot of weight. These guys got me between a rock and a hard place. Nothing I can do about it, but I'm just gonna take these waves as they come and see how it goes. The trick is to go nose first into them. Don't be surprised. Woo. Yeah. Oh, all right. Keep your bow straight, you'll be all right. Woo. There. Now you got waves coming from the boat, and you got waves bouncing off the shore. So now you got waves coming from every damn where. We're gonna be dealing with these waves though, like I said, for another quarter mile. If you look right here, they're still kicked up from behind that boat. They just keep on coming, man. So just gotta be alert, keep on paddling. And I see a barger coming. He's coming. He's coming for me. This is gonna be another one with a lot of waves. Nowhere really for me to go. The river's really, oh crap, look at those waves still behind this thing. There's nowhere for me to really go. Not unless I want to get out. Getting out every time a boat comes by is gonna mean no progress at all. Just gotta learn to deal with them. Another big barge. 5 rows of 4, I think. 20 barges, but they're empty. They're the cover tops. He's just bringing empty ones back. So it really does make a difference whether they're full or not. If these barges were full, the kind of waves I would be experiencing would be ginormous. I mean, this thing turns up all sorts of water. We'll see what that stern wake is doing. Looks like a twin engine rig. Smaller boat, so that's not going to be too bad. But if you look behind him, I mean, you can see just absolutely enormous rolls. Now the wind's picking up. The clouds have gone away, sun's out. Heat everything up. It should be about 80 degrees today in the middle of November. I don't know why. I'd say the Army Corps of Engineers probably scooped up a couple of damn giant root balls like this, probably clearing the channel. Kind of impressive. Just big piles of damn trees broken on the shoreline. Days and days of wind. Blowing 15 miles an hour in my face. Been what is this, the 5th day? Day 5 of paddling into the wind all day. It almost cancels out the current most of the time. As soon as I stop paddling, I pretty much slow down to nothing. It's November. The wind is supposed to be out of the north. That was the whole point of this trip, being in November. Ah! This is one of those situations where I don't know what's going on. We're coming up on some shallow water or a little island or something, but it's little spots like this that kind of make the situation strange. It's almost like there's a set of rapids right here in the middle of the river. And of course he wants to throw me all over the place. I'm guessing this is a big upwelling or something, but it's like a big whirlpool. You gotta paddle your way out of it. Oh, not that way, we're going this way. Yeah, definitely some kind of whirlpool action going on. See if I can cut myself out. There we go. Yeah, stuff like that just sneaks up. Oh, damn. Trying to pull me the other way, see? Yeah, I don't know what that's all about over here. And I could hear it coming from a couple hundred yards off. There's strangeness in the middle of the river. Stuff you gotta anticipate. And here comes the wind again. Wind is tiresome. Coming into West Helena, or Helena, West Helena, whatever. And Google Earth shows that there's a cut through here. The water's really low. So I'm taking a gamble and seeing if this oxbow connects, because it would cut out a mighty large chunk of river for me. And I'll find out whether it's going to connect or not when I come around this bend here. The resupply trip, I've got supplies, and now I have Josh. We'll see what happens. Thanks, Dad. Yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Thank you. Send me a text when you get home safe, all right? All right. You ready?
Kind of in it to win it now.
All right. Adios. That thing is greasy fast.
What,
Yours. It's sunrise in Helena, Arkansas. We picked up another paddler. This is Josh, his old town next, Kayak. Josh, tell us about yourself.
This is the professional way to do this.
Anyway, we're ready to get on the river and go. There we go, paddling sand. Helena, West Helena Bridge is like the Memphis Bridge from Wish. We pedaled pretty hard all day long, and we were sort of surprised to learn we'd only made it 11 miles before we stopped at Friars Point. South is the other way! First off, I want to apologize for all the wind noise in these videos. I know you guys are putting up with it, and I appreciate it. So we pulled over on the beach here to take a break and figure out what we're going to do next and possibly camp. I took the opportunity to look around, and there was a staggering amount of animal prints. I didn't know what most of them are, but I'm pretty sure this one here is a beaver. In this next episode, Josh and I are going to make landfall, and we're feeling pretty fortunate not to have had a disaster. We're magically transported to a river plain in Africa. We're going to figure out how to take a bath and do laundry at the same time. We're going to meet some fantastic people in Friars Point, Mississippi. They take us in, we do a little bit of, I should say, celebrating, and we get our butts kicked a lot.